All right, we're standing here outside the Pyramid Scheme in Grand Rapids with Frankie and Frank from Bang. Good to meet you guys, man. Thanks for coming out.
Good to meet you, man.
So unfortunately, I missed the set because I was talking to Bobby, but I just got out and there's a lot of people there. Was there a lot of people for your set?
Yes, there was.
Yes, there was.
How was the crowd reaction?
Very great.
Enthusiastic.
Was it good?
Yeah.
You know, I've talked to a lot of people lately, just like coming out of the woodwork, saying, "Hey, dude, this Bang band's opening up," and then some people are huge fans from a while back. Some of them just became new fans. So
We've got a lot of new fans. It's been great.
A lot of new fans. Yeah. So, Helen wanted me to ask you a couple questions. He wanted me to ask you something about the cheese steak story with Ozzy.
No, we're opening for Black Sabbath in '72, and in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and during the afternoon, of course, I'm a Sabbath fan. You know, now I'm opening for him, so I'm like, going nuts. And anyway, we found a Philadelphia cheesesteak place in North Carolina. So we asked Ozzy and all the guys and the crew and everybody if they wanted cheesesteaks. Ozzy and Geezer ended up sitting in the bleachers having cheesesteaks with us. And the other funny part of that story is Ozzy was, this is before he did all his stuff and everything. And Ozzy said, I have to ask you guys a question, And he says, what's this mean? He said the kids are doing it. Peace sign. The kids are doing it every night, and he says, well, I'm just doing it back. And I said, well, if you're political in this country, Nixon's our president, so that means victory. But really, what the kids are saying is peace. That's the peace sign. And that was pretty cool because it showed him on Sabbath 4 on the front doing the peace thing.
Which in our community is like the biggest album cover.
Right. Yeah. So, but they were great guys, and we had a ball. Tony was great. Gave me some strings. Was teaching me some stuff. And,
Nice. Yeah, and you know, man, Tony still got it.
Yeah.
I mean, the last record. I mean, I don't know if you guys are big Ronnie Dio fans, but part of the whole Sabbath back with Ozzy thing was bittersweet with me, and I'm sure you're the same way. It's like that record only happened because Dio died, and I kind of didn't want it to happen because I didn't want Dio to die, but it is what it is. But it ended up sounding pretty cool.
Hey, what about Jack Bruce today?
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Yeah.
Oh God.
We just were driving in from Minneapolis. I guess it was online somewhere. Jake found it.
Yeah.
This is why I feel so good about things. To be 61 and doing what we did when we were 20, I feel like the most blessed guys in the world. And the fact that 40 years ago nobody knew who Bang was, the fact that over the years a few people have gotten into the music. Hey, tomorrow could be the last day, and I think Frankie feels the same way. We've known each other since we were before 10. Before I could speak English, I met Frankie, and the fact that we always had dreams as kids to do what we loved, and for having a 40-year hole in the middle, when the stars finally lined up, that I was able to get the guitar player back. Bang could never be anything without Frank or without me. And the fact that we're able to do this and meet Jake and to have Pentagram and all these great bands. Tell you what, this is the first tour we've had in 42 years.
How's it going so far?
And it's the most fun. I swear to Chicago was phenomenal. Minneapolis was even better. And tonight, hey man, again, we've made a lot of new fans, and we had people come out with vinyl, and say what you want. Say what you want. The beauty of music is the fact when you're able to write a song and it hits somebody in the heart, and to get that feedback when you play it live. I'm sorry. I always said to myself and told everybody, it's always better than sex because it's a total, it's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual.
And it lasts more than 40 seconds.
Well, you know what? If I'm one thing, I'm not very spiritual, but I believe in, there's this great saying, man, where words fail, music speaks. And music is a common thread that can bring everybody together. And again, to be on this tour with these great people, from the merch guys to the roadies to Bobby, just turns out that Bobby from Pentagram knows everything about us. It's amazing. He knows the lyrics, and he knows who played drums on something in 1973.
That was a long way from Jack Bruce died.
Well, you know
Full
what?
circle a little.
Well, the only
is-
Jack Bruce story I do have.
Yeah, Jack.
I've never met him, but Bruce Gary,
Our drummer,
on two of the songs on the Mother album, and they played on the whole music album.
He was the drummer from the Knack.
Okay.
He was
Right.
my
Right.
Sharona guy.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
but anyway, Bruce's ultimate dream back then was to play with Jack Bruce. That was his favorite bass player. He ended up playing with Jack Bruce in a lot of solo projects over the rest of his career. So Bruce is no longer with us. Now Jack's no longer with us.
No, wait. Bruce Scary and Jack Bruce. Something there. You know what? And that's the other thing. You know, tomorrow is not guaranteed. And if the last day on earth, no matter where I am, if I'm playing music and being true to my passion, I've lived my life, man. You know, being able to come back after 42 years and still being viable and still having these young kids who weren't even born, you know, but 20 years before the record, you know, they're 20 years after the record came out. Again, I believe in destiny, I believe in fate, and the fact that we found a great drummer who, again, you know, we can go out and have fun. And you know, and I think the best compliments we've gotten, we've only gotten together maybe a year ago, and the best compliments we've gotten is, you guys seem like you're having a really good time. And you know what? They're right.
Yeah, old is almost new again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, everything, everything's new.
So what was the other question, Pellet? Do you have anything else?
Oh, it's the Zigzag store, the rolling paper store.
That's Frank.
Yeah.
All right, Ramon.
I kind of read about it on your website, but I want to hear you tell it.
Frank.
Oh man, I got to make it suspenseful, Frankie. Ramon, here it is. Okay, we decided to go to Miami. All right, with no other reason except to go to Miami. We live in Philadelphia. Tony, our drummer, who was 10 years older, and Tony, God bless him, Bang is my voice, Frankie's guitar, but without Tony's lyrics, beautiful lyrics, stories, Bang would not even be anything. All right, where was I, Frank? Although Zigzag. Anyway, so we left Claymont, Delaware with a station wagon, Vista Cruiser, and a 6x8 U-Haul, and we put our trainer amps in, and we're going to Miami, man. We're going to do it, and we sent out a bunch of postcards. Bang is in Miami to every producer, every record we found. Anyway, we get to Daytona Beach, and we had just scored a fucking ounce of good Colombian gold, right? But we had no papers, Ramon, right?
Yeah.
And here we are in Daytona Beach, and the boardwalk is about from here to there. Okay, it's a small little fucker. As soon as we go on, there's this music store, and we basically had to put our foot in the door because the guy was ready to close. It was like 3 minutes to 9. So we go in and says, look, man, we just need some papers before we go to the campground and stay in a tent. So we got the papers, and we looked, and there was a poster on the wall, and it said free concert tomorrow in the park. And we said, look, man, we're from Philly, we have our equipment, you know, we love to play that show. And he goes, whoa, that's an old poster, that's last week. He says, oh, you guys have a band? And we said, yeah. He says, well, I'll tell you what. He says, Rod Stewart, Small Faces, and Deep Purple are playing in Orlando. Why don't you go there? Maybe they'll let you play. Being a wise ass. So here we are. We got an ounce of good gold. We got our zigzags, and we go into the tent. And I swear to God, we're smoking and we're talking to ourselves like, what the hell? Why don't we go to Orlando? What the fuck? Let's go there. So anyway, Ramon, in '71, the Hells Angels were not security. They had no security. We get to Orlando, 2 hours from Daytona, and we found out the venue, and we pulled the station wagon U-Haul right through the chain link fence. Nobody stopped us, right? We're waiting for fucking cops to get arrested, right? So anyway, we pulled back. Nobody there. So we walked in, and we're walking in, and Shoko's setting up the PA, and you know, again, we're waiting to get arrested, and we're nervous, and we're walking. We see a door, knocked on the door, and this guy comes out, and we said, we're Bang, we're from Philadelphia, we're the best fucking band in the world. We want to play tonight. And he looked at us and went, well, he says, you have your equipment? We said, right out in the U-Haul. He says, well, pull it in, man. I want to hear what you guys sound like. Set it up on the ground. So we're flipping out, right? We're flipping the fuck out. So we pulled the wagon, because obviously all the venues had concrete floors. So we pulled the Vista Cruiser unloaded our trainer amps, which were what we had, and we played a couple songs. And the guy that we approached was the promoter of the show, Rick Bowen. And he looked at us and says, you know what? He says, you guys got balls, you know, this big. You know, you sound good too. I'll tell you what, I'll let you open up the show tonight. So Ramon, let's look at me. Are you looking at me?
I'm looking
at you, looking at me.
you.
Okay. He looked at us and he says, man, he says, you know, you guys were good. You were great. We're doing a show with Steppenwolf next Saturday. You guys want to open up the show?
First of all, he let us. Had his crew set us up on the stage.
Okay.
And he said, instead of the cassette music tonight, let's just let them play while the people are coming in.
it actually cassettes back then?
Yeah, that's what they played for the house music, you know. And so we played while the people were coming in.
And the lights were still on, Ramon, but it didn't matter. But back then, Ramon, all the bands set up in front of each other. So Deep Purple was the headliner. They had their stuff. Rod was on. Was Rod? Okay.
Yeah.
Small Faces, Deep Purple, and there was a group called Matthew Southern Comfort who had Woodstock, a remake of it.
Okay.
Ramon, when we got on stage, we had about 3 feet. That's all we had.
Yeah.
No roadies, and we're just kids in heaven. I mean, 72 hours after just going out to a leap of faith. Again, destiny. 5 of 9, 5 minutes in either direction. We would have never found our zigzags. We would have never heard about the concert. And who knows, nothing might have ever happened. You know, we could have fell into the same trap. But I believe in destiny, and I also believe in the fact that if you believe in something enough, you can inflict your will, and you can make it happen. All right, so, hey, call me spiritual, but I know, look, I know there's a band in every city of every town. Yeah, you need some help, dude? Yeah,
no, these are my boys. These are my boys.
Oh, my boys.
How you doing, man?
That's
Dave.
Can I be your boy, too? But, Ramon, anyway, all I'm saying is this. This was meant to be. And like I said, 40 years went by, and everybody says, well, Frank, why don't you do Bang? I said, well, I can't do Bang without Frank. There's no freaking guitar player I'm going to find who's going to... And you know what? This guy should have been one of the top 10 guitar players of all fucking time, all right? Nobody plays like him, melodically, blah, blah, blah. Oh, sure, bring your fucking Mother album out. No problem, dude. This was a setup. This guy just shows up with a Detroit Tiger baseball hat, and he has the original copy of Mother, which came out in 1972. And he's coughing because he's a smoker. But anyway, Ramon, what was that other question you wanted to know?
I think that was about it. I think those are the two big ones.
Wait, I got another hour in me, man.
Sure,
Nothing
yeah.
else?